The beauty of Kazakhstan's nature impresses even the most savviest of travelers. Out of all the regions of the country, the eastern Kazakhstan region deserves special attention. This part of the country is considered to be the most attractive in terms of its natural beauty. Mountain ranges, passages and rivers, all this actively attracts tourists. A trip to eastern Kazakhstan offers a great opportunity to walk through the endless steppes, see the most beautiful places of Mountain Altai, and enjoy the generous gifts of nature. Tourists visiting eastern Kazakhstan will definitely have plenty to do to keep them busy. Here people can go mountain skiing, rock climbing, rafting down the rapids, hunting, fishing, and just hiking. Those who like the new trend in tourism, ecotourism, can also enjoy the diverse flora and fauna of the region. Whoever likes extreme and active sports can participate in horse riding, walk past the steep rocks, and spend a night under the open sky. And long evenings around the campfire with singing and storytelling will be remembered for many years. One of the most beautiful places in eastern Kazakhstan is located 85 kilometers away from Oskimem. Only a 2-hour drive along a paved road, and you're near one of the most beautiful lakes called the Sowinski Lakes. The way to the lakes lies through a picturesque landscape of granite mountains. The Sibinski group of lakes is represented by 5 relatively small lakes: Karakol, Korzhenkol, Shalkar, Tortkarakol, and Sadrkol, with beds of granite on the south side of the Koktau mountain range. The waterfalls are split by a giant fault line. An unknown flow that enters the river Sibinka is present in all the lakes. The total area of the 5 lakes is 31 square kilometers. The lakes are located in a steppe-like manner at the heights from 714 to 868 meters above sea level and are separated from each other by narrow rocky connections. On the 3 sides, the basins of the lakes are protected by rocky slopes almost without any vegetation. The heights of the surrounding mountains reach 1,000 to 1,300 meters above sea level. Erosion and structural characteristics of granite available on this territory attract tourists seeking to discover bizarre forms of mountain slopes surrounding the basins. The basins themselves are surrounded by lakes on 3 sides, opening the view to the southeast side of the mountains of Ablaykit, covered by areas with diverse grasslands. The lakes are located in low mountain areas. The mountains consist of granite, out of which rare pines and fescue grass, mountain herbs, bushes, and meadow grass grow on chestnut mountain soils. The color of the water is yellowish or brownish yellow. An unnamed river flows through the lakes. The lakes are fed by groundwater, river flow, and precipitation. The Sibinski Lakes form a system of 5 lakes with the purest water surrounded by granite mountains with a single name, Sibinski. This tourist site is considered to be a site of ecotourism. Tourists have an opportunity to enjoy the amazing beauty of the 5 lakes, take a walk, or go for a swim during the period of June to July. The basins around the lakes can be distinguished by their narrowness, height of their peaks, and sometimes by low vegetation to almost no vegetation. Sometimes destroyed well springs can be found, which have common weeds and rare kinds of plants: sedge, oat, pondweed, duckweed, water startwort, tape grass, cotton grass, moss, and others. The water vegetation was represented by 13 kinds of plants, some of which are included in the community of the water and more relic plants. They can include clasping-leaved pondweed, seaweed, bladderwort, little duckweed, yellow water lily, doorweed, and others. The rare grasses include water quadrangular lily that is on the verge of extinction. In addition, the lakes have widely spread different kinds of algae. The lake bottom is mostly covered by stonewort. All these factors form the food base for water birds and fish. Kazakhstan has lots of beautiful places, but if you happen to be in the Sibins once, you will never forget the amazing beauty of nature. A combination of granite and lakes is common in nature, but the Sowinski complex is unique due to the fact that the 5 parallel lakes with crystal clear water are surrounded by rocks looking like pearls in a granite frame. Fresh mountain air, clear cool water, tranquility and calmness. That's what attracts tourists and travelers. The Sibinski lakes attract also divers, free drivers, and underwater hunters. Underwater sport festivals have been taking place here for several seasons already. Last year, the festival organizers had a contest among hunters for the largest fish, where the largest catch was a 12-kilogram carp. Local lakes are rich in fish, with the majority of them being roach, bream, and bass. Local crucian carps, tenches, and quite large pikes and carps also live here. A good indicator of water's clearness and transparency is the fact that the Sibinski lakes are often chosen for such events. A unique climate, combined with granite mountains covered by pines and steppe grasses overhanging the purest lake water, gained popularity for this area, and this became a very popular place for tourists to rest during their summer season. Near the western lake, you can see the remains of the temple, the Ablayket monastery built in 1654 by Ablay Khan and destroyed during the war with the Dzungars. The monastery has presented magnificent Tibetan manuscripts. This monastery has been known to the scientific community since 1720. You can say that no other historical monument attracts more attention of scientists. To the west of the temple, there are buildings that apparently served as homes. However, their true purpose is still unclear. Ablay's escort, just like Ablay Khan himself, preferred to live in wool yurts rather than fundamental palace. The first Ablayket researchers discovered and gathered the amazing library of Tibetan manuscripts that were buried nearby. According to the legend, this area had a buried treasure with a hidden golden Buddha statue that is larger than the original. Higher up the water parting line with the Baiga River, you can see stone walls of the ancient Dzungar fortress. Nearby is a Baukuis cave with tracks of ancient people's camps. The northern part of the Sibinsk Massif has rock carvings of animals. Here you can set up multiple hiking routes where you can enjoy beautiful landscapes, lakes and granite rocks forming fantastic shapes, and with the help of professional guides you can gain knowledge of the geological processes that form this landscape. An amazing view of the surrounding land opens up from the top of the mountains Bayga, Medvedka and Koktau. An interesting object of geological tourism, a placer deposit of rare minerals, pegmatite deposit, is located near the Sibinsk mountain range. Carbuncle, almandine are also predominantly found. The plan for the future is to create a national park on the territory of the Sibinsky mountain range, protected by landscape belts and plant communities. Assigning the national park with the status of geological resort will expand the range of tourism landmarks and will provide an additional flow of tourists. Also, this area has quite a rich fauna. There are roe deer, badgers, lynx, and taiga's once fearsome masters, the bears. There are also about dozens of foxes, ermines, minks, and mountain weasels. Large elks, wolves, marmots, squirrels, and ferrets can be found here a bit more often, and a little over 50 of wild boars and mountain hares. The Sibinsky lakes present a territory of tranquility and lightness. This calmness is not interrupted even by the noise which inevitably comes from the people that come here to rest. The live and attractive ethereal blue color of the lakes and the rock blades climbing on top of one another absorb all foreign sounds. The echo gets lost in the rock folds and moves further and further away, fading out into the valley. The space and comfort, open sky around raises one's spirits. Kazakhstan is a big country in the heart of Eurasia, where the ancient past neighbors the modern present, and Eastern traditions intertwine with Western modern life. The ancient culture of Kazakhstan and its unique nature amaze even the most traveled of tourists. Kazakhstan is a land of impressions, an explosion of emotions, wondrous landscapes, and much more. In the recent times, the interest in Kazakhstan as a tourism destination has gone up around the world, and therefore the range of tourism services is expanding each year. Today, Kazakhstan provides almost all available types of tourism: educational, entertainment, ethnic-based, ecological, and many others. Tourists are offered a large number of routes throughout Kazakhstan. For instance, ecological tourism is considered as one of the kinds of tourism with the lowest cost and the highest level of attraction. For this kind of tourism, Kazakhstan has pristine, beautiful and attractive nature, flora and fauna. Ecological tourism in Kazakhstan allows the tourist to learn about the real natural environment, see natural monuments and landmarks, observe animals and birds, and provides one with unity with nature. Protection of natural ecosystems has become one of the priorities for the country. Today, it's easy to see how much attention the public pays to environmental issues and protection of people's health. First of all, this is caused by the fact that people are learning to perceive ecological problems as an aspect of personal safety. That is why it is important for us to understand that today we cannot get back to virgin nature. We're unable to prevent people from affecting the surrounding land. Therefore, we must behave in a conscious and environmentally friendly manner towards the world around us. Today, active participation of people in natural protection activities is considered as a requirement to achieve environmental safety and sustainable development of our country.